Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Yes guys, it is that time being the return of small tribes. From the thousands of comments I've had of when are you returning to small tribes, you should do small tribes, I miss small tribes, the list goes on. So we're going to be picking it up right where we left off. But before we do that guys, if you consider yourself enjoying the video at any point, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, especially for the hype of returning to small tribes. Also guys, I want to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. But yeah, without further ado guys, let's just hop straight in, and I hope you enjoy. Alright guys, so picking up straight from where we left off, the plan was to completely prefab a new base. This was going to be in the AlphaTree on the same map. We wanted a base where we could have a lot more room and mainly just breed. The only problem with this Redlight base was that there was not much room to breed and you had to have all your dinos just out in the open. Therefore, people could just come in tame snipe if they wanted to. Although, don't get me wrong, this base was a lot of fun to have, and especially on a cluster like small tribes, where it's extremely competitive, this base spot is pretty overpowered if you build it right, as there's no real way to get onto the base if you do build it correctly. Like, if you cover every edge of the plateau, and like you see here, we have loads of Reapers covering the edges, all of them pumped into HP and overweighted, and put on aggressive. Same with the Velos. And as long as you don't build the towers too close to the edge, you should be fine. You're also going to need a lot of ground turrets to prevent Quetz's hatch framing, although the Reapers and Velas are a pretty good counter to that, as the Velas can land the Quetzal, same with the Reapers, as well as the C-spin they have. There's also a death barrier, like, right behind the base, so if people do manage to get onto the plateau, you can easily just push them into it, which is pretty unique and you don't really see it very often in base spots. Now, another big reason we wanted to move was there was actually a new mesh method out at the time where you could have a Griffin in a rocket launcher and literally just shoot through the floor, which is very broken. Now, it did get patched, I think, but like, we did have a few people try and do it to us. Now, luckily we were smart about it and we changed all of our foundations on our towers to tech foundations. So if they did try and shoot through the floor with a rocket launcher, it would take them a lot of shots just to even drop one tower. So obviously it wouldn't have been worth it. Although we did have a few people try. So the only real way to raid this would probably be soaking it with using like a ramp and a Quetzal. Or probably to try and full send a racer wall. But yeah, with this being on extinction, it's super easy to cap all your tech turrets, which would just make it extremely annoying to raid. It is also in the wasteland, so you do lose hunger very quickly, which is another reason we wanted to move. But if you don't mind dealing with that and just sitting in a tech pod every so often, then it's not really that big of an issue. But yeah. So, as you can see here, we're coming up to our main base. This is where we kept all of our personal loot, as well as all of our FFA tames and BPs, all of that stuff. And our crafting area is obviously down at the bottom. Now, here's the cryo fridge floor that we had. This was just for FFA tames that anyone could use, that no one really cared about, or just tames that we'd got from raids. Now, we didn't have the most amount of FFA tames, but we had a decent amount. We had like trikes, stegos, racers, all the soakers. And we come to this side, we got all the carnivores, as well as all the cloners and stuff like that. Now, our war room wasn't the greatest. It was literally just a few vaults lined up where we'd have flak and stuff like that. We mainly used them for prepping the new base. But yeah, now moving on to our personal rooms. This is where we kept all of our PvP kits, all of our personal items, as well as all of our tames. So we come into my room, we got some vaults, some cryo fridges, some deadly storages. And then we come up to the second floor, where I just have my sleeping pod. So yeah, that's going to wrap up for the Redlight base. We're going to build a new base before tearing this one down. So, let's hop straight into that. Alright, so as much of a OP spot this is, let me tell you, this is one of the most AIDS bases to build. Like, I think we were out on the first day for at least 6 hours straight. That's just to get the initial shell down. Like, I think in total we were probably building it for at least 2 or 3 days before it was complete. Now, obviously we had our old Redlight base to fall back on in case we needed to. So yeah, we're in a pretty good spot. Also, part of the reason it did take a long time to build was mainly because the server would just randomly get DOSed. Therefore, we literally just had to put a pause on the build and wait hours and hours for it to stop. But you know, that's what you have to deal with when you play small tribes. I guess. Like, it's sad, but it happens way too often. Alright guys, so this is everything we had prefabbed. We had forges, jennies, vaults, cryo ridges, all the floors and stuff we'll need, all the cliff plats. We also had a vault full of heavy turrets and a vault full of tech turrets. I think we had like 200 of each. So yeah, it was now time to get building. But before we get into that, there was just one more problem. So the way my tribe mate started building the base was way too scuffed, to the extent that we didn't have any foundation support. So we had to tear it all down, but this time I would start the build. And yes, that is another reason it took way too long to build. But yeah guys, I'm probably going to do a quick building montage of the base, so yeah, enjoy. But real quick guys, I just wanted to say, I know there hasn't been much PvP in this video, but trust me, there will be in the next one, don't worry. Also, if you haven't liked the video yet, I don't know what you're doing. Alright guys, so obviously this isn't the final product, but this was the progress after day 1, so yeah, not too bad for just 6 hours of building. But yeah guys, this is where today's video is coming to an end. I really do hope you enjoyed the return to small tribes. This video did take a long time to make, so if you did enjoy, and you are new around here, consider hitting that subscribe button for me. Once again, I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas. Also really quick, I do have a Discord that will be linked in the description, so if you got any questions or just want to come hang out, you can do so there. One more thing before we go, shout out to the guy who wanted me to use his beats in the videos. I will be linking them in the description below. But yeah guys, once again I really hope you enjoyed. Merry Christmas, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Subscribe.